Good morning, my name is Paula Berenan. I work at the Liaison Office, Argentina, European Union of Science, Technology and Innovation. Today, I will talk about the initiative Training Network, one of the instruments of the Marie-Slaughter action of the Horizon 2020. This is a brief of what I will talk about, general aspects and the description of the Marie-Slaughter actions, and then specifically of innovative training network, can be the beneficiaries, the different kind of innovative training network, the evaluation, the eligibility of researchers, and the recruitment process, and finally, how to find these opportunities. Horizon 2020 is the biggest European Union research and innovation program with nearly 80 billion of funding available over 7 years, 2014 to 2020. It's a financial instrument implementing the Innovation Union or Europe 2020 flagship initiative aimed at securing Europe's global competitiveness. The major part of the activity and budget of the program is structured based on three large pillars: excellent science, industrial leadership, and social challenges. The pillar of excellent science refers to different actions that finance the development of the professional career of the researcher. The aim is to reinforce the scientific excellence worldwide, the best ideas, the activities to develop, build competition to long term. The industrial leadership pillar is aimed at improving and opening new markets, help innovative small and medium enterprises in its growth and expansion. And the third pillar of social challenges refers to provide answers to problems of the society addressed by way of multidisciplinary projects, integrating different technologies and solutions. In this slide, you can see the three pillars. While they are divided by work programs, all thematic areas must be addressed in an interdisciplinary and intersectoral manner. For example, if you have a specific project on health, it may also have an approach from the social sciences and the environment, among other sectors. Specific international cooperation activities and opportunities for third countries are mainly framed in the priorities of the social challenges, leaderships of industrial technologies, and Marie-Slaughter actions. I will explain within the Marie-Slaughter action what are the innovative training. Here you can see the different actions of Marie-Slaughter actions. The individual fellowships aim to improve the creative and innovative potential of experienced researchers through individual projects, promoting international and intersectoral mobilities in universities, research centers, research infrastructures, companies, small and medium enterprises, and other socioeconomic groups through Europe and from outside Europe. There are two modalities: European scholarships with mobility within the European Union and global scholarships with mobility outside the European Union and a mandatory return phase. The research and innovation staff exchange aims at strengthening international cross-sectoral and cross-border collaboration in research, development and innovation through exchanges of research and innovative personnel between public and private entities in order to better face global challenges through the exchange of knowledge and ideas that bring research closer basic to the market. The co-founding of regional, national and international programs brings financial support for researchers in cooperation programs and multi-year research training programs, which are open to experienced researchers and have some elements of international mobility, either for the exit or arrival of researchers or for their integration into Europe. The European Researchers' Night is a big exhibition of projects financed by Marie-Slaughter actions with an affordable format for the whole society: workshops, talks, laboratory experiments, among others. And then you have the innovative training networks. aim to join research or doctoral training programs, bring together universities, research institutes, and other sectors worldwide to train doctoral level researchers and develop excellent doctoral programs. The general objective of Marie-Slow obstacle reaction is to support professional development and training of researchers based on innovation skills in all scientific disciplines through international and intersectoral mobility. Some key aspects that must be taken into account for all these actions. They must have research with a high impact. The proposed research must have a high impact not only at the local and regional level, mainly at the European level. When thinking about the proposal, you should synergize between the local interests of your country and those of Europe. Must bring links between companies, researchers, and higher educations, including complementary activities between the academic and non-academic sectors. Brings help to all steps of the careers, opportunities for technician and researcher to all the steps of the career, from doctorate to postdoc. Aim at researchers at all stages of the careers in the public and private sectors, from the initial training of researchers, especially young researchers, to continuing education and professional training. The goal is to generate, develop, and transfer new capabilities, knowledge, and innovations. Must bring benefits for society at local, regional, and European level. All the action brings good working conditions. It is open to the world, not only for European countries, also widening countries and third countries. The approach of the project must be intersectoral and interdisciplinary, integrating different technologies and solutions. It's bottom-up, that means there are not predefined topics. The researcher can choose the theme he wants. The project must bring more scientific knowledge, and the researcher can be hosted in any country and any sector. And the project must bring information to officials, both with respect to the topics on which they are investigating and on the level of excellence of the researchers. It is very important to be well organized when starting to formulate the project. For that, the different steps in the participation process must be taken into account. First, you should select the topic to which you want to present a proposal. In this case, it will be an innovative training network. Then you must search for partners. In order to select the partner, you must take into account the real experience of the institution and how their capabilities are complementary with respect to your institution. There are multiple ways to find partners for a project, some of which are the contact and previous collaboration, adding to informative days, info days, and specific workshops, participating in bilateral meetings, brokerage events, through the national contact points, and by the research service of partners of the thematic networks of NCP, like BioHorizon, Idealist, Net for Society, Net for Mobility, etc. Also, you can contact in support network like Enterprise Europe Network, and consulting information on related projects previously founded on the platform Cordis. Each institution must be registered with an account in the ECAS and will have its own PIC number. Also, each institution must assign a legal officer and a financial officer. The participant identification code is assigned by the European Commission to each entity that requests it. It is a 9-digit number and uniquely identifies the entity, so participants do not have to provide their legal and financial information each time they submit a proposal or prepare a grant agreement, but simply their PIC. To request a PIC, it is necessary to have a user account in the participant portal, ECAS account, and include the legal data of the entity in the registry of beneficiaries. The coordinator is primarily responsible for a project and point of contact between the consortium and the Commission for a special grant. It can submit applications, reports, and notifications to the Commission on behalf of the consortium. There can only be one coordinator per project. Then the coordinator will submit the proposal. He will be in charge of presenting the proposal in the same portal, the financial and the technical part. I recommend to choose an experienced institution to facilitate the development of the project. The proposal submitted will be evaluated based on the evaluation principles and the sections and award criteria established in the general annex of the work program, as well as in the corresponding work program and call. Evaluation of the projects in Horizon 2020 is carried out by independent experts selected by the European Commission. This selection is carried out for each call, taking into account the profiles available in the European Commission expert database. In general, the evaluation of the proposal is carried out by at least 3 experts. Once the project has the approval evaluation, all the consortium start to prepare the consortium agreement and the project starts to run. You should keep in mind that you have to make an annual report for the activities of each work package, both financially and technically. The consortium must submit to the European Commission partial periodic reports for the different control periods established in the agreement to account for the execution and development of the project, as well as to request reimbursement of the costs incurred in the development of the activities in the corresponding period. A description of the work carried out by the consortium includes a summary of the progress achieved with regard to the objectives of the project, including the achievement of milestones and deliverables. This report should explain the difference between the work that should be performed as indicated and actually performed. You must also include a description of the exploitation and dissemination activities of the results of the project that have been carried out and the update of those plans. And also you can add a summary that can be published by the European Commission. Once the project is completed, in addition to the report of the last period, the consortium, through the coordinator, must submit to the European Commission a final report which must include a final plan of exploitation and dissemination of the results. The deadline to submit the report is 60 days from the official completion date of the project. The final technical report includes a general description of the results and the exploitation and dissemination activities, the conclusion of the project and actions, the socio-economic part of the project. Now I will start with the specific characteristics of the ITN. As I said before, the ITN Innovative Training Networks, a joint research of doctorate training programs bring together universities, research institutes, and other sectors worldwide to train doctoral level researchers and develop excellent doctoral programs. It started at 12 September 2019 and it will close 14 January 2020. It's open now. Who can participate? Any legal entity established in any European Union country from an Horizon 2020 associated state or from third countries. It can be academic or non-academic institutions like universities, research and technology centers, companies and association of companies, governments, civil society organizations, cultural institutions, hospitals, international organizations, and the researchers through beneficiary institutions of Stacouri actions. The legal entities that contribute directly to the implementation of the research training program of the network, by recruiting, supervising, hosting, and training researchers. They may also provide secondment opportunities. All the beneficiaries are signatories of the grant agreement. There are two ways to participate in a consortium, as a beneficiary and as associated partner. The beneficiary signs the grant agreement with the European Commission, receives funds from the European Commission, hires the researchers and hosts the researchers, and participates in the consortium meetings. The associated organization, there is no any agreement with the European Commission, but they can make an agreement with all the other institutions, does not receive funds directly from the European Commission, does not hire researchers, hosts researchers, offers space, training, etc., and participate in the consortium meetings. Regardless of their size, all beneficiaries must be able to physically host the recruited researcher at their premises, provide them with all necessary infrastructures and equipment, and offer them appropriate supervisions. With respect to the budget, it is calculated per person per month. One part goes directly to the researcher, and the money that is granted per month is one part for living allowance, 3,270 euros, another part for mobility allowance, 600 euros, and 500 euros for family allowance. This is a net amount with a correction coefficient according to the country. And there is the budget of the beneficiary institution that is also calculated per person per month, and it is divided in two parts. One part for research, training, and networking costs, 1,800 euros, and for management and overheads, 1,200 euros. Also per person per month. Here you can see an estimated scheme of the course with the times of each stage, from the presentation of the proposal and the electronic receipt to the evaluation and signature of the grant agreement. So you have about 8-9 months until you can start the project. The Innovative Training Network is a research and training program. Train a new generation of creative, entrepreneur, and innovative researchers, and foster excellence and develop a structure for doctoral education at European level. There are three aspects to be considered. They must be international, interdisciplinary, and intersectoral, and they must join research, education, and innovation, brings entrepreneurship and employability, and offers exchange of good practice among participants. There are three types of ITNs: European Training Networks, European Joint Doctorates, and European Industrial Doctorates. For all three types, the participation of the non-academic sector is mandatory. The goal of the European Training Network is to train high-skilled early-stage researchers and foster entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation in Europe. The beneficiary at least must be 3 beneficiaries established in at least 3 different member states or associated countries. The requirement, joint supervision of the researcher is encouraged. If the ITN proposal offers doctoral training to the early researchers, the entity entitled to award a doctoral degree must be clearly identified in the proposal and included as a beneficiary, a partner organization, or an entity with a capital or legal link. Evaluation is ranked in A scientific panel. The European Industrial Doctorate, the goal is involved to the non-academic sector in doctoral training so that skills better match public and private sector needs. The beneficiary must be at least two independent beneficiaries established in two different member states or associated countries, and at least one academic sector and one non-academic sector primary enterprises, including small or medium enterprises. The quantity of partners, there are a minimum of partners, and then you can add all partners you want, always taking into account the role that each partner will play in fulfilling the objective of the training program. It is important to show for the choice of institution and for the election of the supervisor to take into account that they are specialized in the area of study that is to be developed. Both profiles should be detailed and will be taken into account in the evaluation of the proposal. In this case, the evaluation is ranked in a separate multidisciplinary panel. About the recruited researchers, they must spend at least 50% of their time in the non-academic sector, must be international. The total secondment duration to partner organization, the maximum is 30%. The researcher must be enrolled in a doctoral program at one of the academic beneficiaries or partner organizations, and be jointly supervised by at least two supervisors, one from each sector. The creation of a joint governance structure for the EID with joint selection, supervision, monitoring, and assessment procedures is mandatory. Now about the European joint doctorates. The goal is to promote international, intersectoral, and interdisciplinary collaboration in doctoral level training in Europe through the creation of joint doctoral programs, leading to the award of joint, double, or multiple doctoral degrees. The beneficiary must be at least three independent beneficiaries from the three different member states or association countries. At least three beneficiaries must be entitled to award doctoral degrees, and at least two institutions conferring a joint, double, or multiple doctoral degrees must be established in a member state or associated country. In this case, the evaluation is ranked in the separate multidisciplinary panel. About the recruited researchers, at least 2/3 of the supported early-stage researchers with an EGD must be enrolled in a joint, double, or multiple degree program within Europe. You must indicate a proposal stage for all supported researchers from which institution they are supposed to receive the degree, and must be selected, supervised, monitored, and assessed through a joint governance structure, be enrolled in a joint doctoral program. The proposal must include letters of institution commitment signed by an authorized legal representative of each of the beneficiaries' partner organization that will award the joint, double, or multiple doctoral degrees. The joint supervision of fellow is mandatory. Some general characteristics. The maximum duration of the project is 4 years. The ITN is not a research project, it's a research training project. The maximum of stage is 540 months. That means 15 students during 36 months. The industry participation is mandatory, brings complementary skills, and the EID and EGD have a separate multidisciplinary panel for the evaluations. Offers stays for other networks beneficiaries. The typical characteristics are training activities like seminars, workshops, summer courses, also complementary training like transferable skills like search for funding sources, writing the proposal, project management, financial aspects, all about transfer of knowledge like patents, property, trademarks, entrepreneurships, writing scientific articles, efficacious submissions, and other kinds of activities, collaboration and sharing, communication and dissemination of results within the network, public commitment, and collaboration with final users and stakeholders. Here you can see the evaluation panels: chemistry, physics, mathematics, life science, economic science, information science and engineering, social science and humanities, environmental and geoscience, and the two separate panels for European joint doctorates and European industrial doctorates. As I said before, each proposal will be evaluated by 3 experts on the subject remotely, and you will receive a notification of the evaluation with the observation in case that the proposal was rejected. Evaluation is composed by 3 parts: excellence 50%, impact 30%, and implementation 20%. To approve a proposal, you must have 70% that the proposals that are successful get more than 92–95%. Under the criterion of excellence, they will evaluate the following sub-criteria: quality, innovative aspects and credibility of the research program, including interdisciplinary, intersectoral aspects, and the inclusion of gender. The quality, innovative aspects of the training program, including complementary skills, multidisciplinary, intersectoral aspects, and gender aspects. Quality of supervision. Quality of the proposed interaction between the institution participating in the network. To promote gender balance in research teams in order to close the gaps in the participation of women. Secure the gender balance is in decision making. The integration of the gender dimension in the content of research and innovation contributes to improving the scientific quality and social relevance of the knowledge, technology, and/or innovation produced. Under this criterion, they will evaluate the following sub-criteria: the improvement of career prospects and employability of predoctoral researchers, and the contribution to the development of their skills, the contribution of the structuring of doctoral training in Europe, and the strengthening innovation capacity in Europe, including the potential for significant contribution of the non-academic sector to doctoral research training as appropriate for the mode of implementation and the field of research, the development of sustainable structure of joint doctorate, and also the quality of the proposed measures to upload and disseminate the results of the project, and the quality of the proposed measures to communicate project activities to different recipients and audience. Under implementation criteria, they will evaluate the following sub-criteria: coherence and effectiveness of the work plan, including the correct distribution of tasks and resources, including the granting of doctoral degrees, the adjustment of management structures and procedures, including quality management of project risk management, and the adaptation of the infrastructure of the participating organizations, and finally the competencies, experience, and complementary of the participating organization and the commitment of the program offer. Here only I have some remarks. I only show you a summary detail of what I explained earlier about the quantity of organizations and the roles of the beneficiaries and partner organizations, recruit researchers, supervisory boards, and claim posts. About the eligibility of researchers, the researchers may be a national of a member state of an associated country or of any other third country. The researchers must not have resided or carried out his/her main activity like work, studies, or others in the country of his/her host organization for more than 12 months in the 3 years immediately prior to his/her recruitment. Short stays such as holidays are not taken into account, and some exceptions about the international organizations. Eligible research must not have spent more than 12 months in the 3 years immediately prior to the date of selections in the same appointing international organization. The eligibility of researchers at the time of recruitment by the host organization, the early research must be in the first 4 years of the research careers and must not have been awarded a doctoral degree. The duration of the recruitment, the minimum is 3 months and the maximum is 36 months. A typical recruitment is of 36 months and it can be of any nationality. About the recruitment process, the beneficiary must advertise and publish vacancies internationally, must publish vacancies as widely as possible. It's obligatory the publication in the Access Jobs portal. They must be follow an open, transparent, impartial, equitable, and merit-based recruitment procedures. Must ensure that no conflict of interest exists or arises from the recruitment, like family, economic interests, emotional life, etc. The consortium should agree on drafting and advertising the vacancies and use a common recruitment platform for receiving applications, and for the best candidates, organize an on-site recruitment event. Where are opportunities posted and available for research? This is the portal where the research platform is a very useful tool, since here you can publish the institution's profile and individual profile. They may also publish expression of interest. Here the institution publish the ITNs that in which the researchers can apply. This is the portal where you can find all the national contact points of the world divided by countries and terms with name, mail, and telephone. Also, it is interesting to explore the page, as there are videos of experts who tell how they made their projects, and there are recorded webinars. And this is the portal of Horizon 2020, Funding and Tenders portal, where you can find the different topics like these ITNs with all the details and the guide to participate. And for this is a portal where you can see projects financing by the European Commission on their different programs. It is useful to find partners because there is not only the abstract of the project and a brief description of the work package, also you can find all the institutions that participate. Well, thank you. Here you can find our email and all our team.